What's up, YouTube? This your man Gerard with DBK Mobile Detailing down in Charlotte, North Carolina, Queen City to be exact. And today, this video, I'm gonna tell you how I had to detail out of a U-Haul truck, and I'm gonna let you know the pros and cons and if it's worth it or not. So stay tuned to the end of the video. Without further ado, let's get to it.
All right, man. So you're gonna talk about how y'all work, the prices, was it worth it? But what made you want to get a U-Haul truck? What happened to your van?
Actually, I had a truck, Rez. I was detailing out of my truck, and I had some mechanical issues going on with it, which just it just gave up the ghost finally. Luckily, I wasn't working when it happened. I was at the crib actually getting ready to go somewhere, and I don't know. I think it was a transmission or something, man, because I was pulling a trailer with it at first, and I had that truck for some years, man. So I got my just due out of it. I wasn't mad about it, but at that point, I had to figure something out quick because I had a full schedule ahead of me starting that next day. So decision had to be made at that point.
Now, was the U-Haul the last option or the first option? Why didn't you go with a personal car?
Honestly, the U-Haul probably, I'm gonna say it probably was. It was probably my second option because I did think about using my personal vehicle, but my wife drives that car. So I'm like, her work schedule and then my schedule, and then just having to load the car up and unload it daily. To me, from a business standpoint, it just made more sense to, get something, little, I say temporarily permanent to where I ain't got to be, moving stuff around or whatnot. And it was like a light bulb just went off and was like 1995 for a U-Haul van. I was like, shoot, I called my wife and told her, I'm like, hey, look, when you get off, we got to go get this U-Haul van today. Like, cause I literally had a full, like, I probably could have hired some help that week. Like literally, like I had a full week ahead of me, and it wasn't no time to sit around and brainstorm about what to do. Like a decision had to be made right then. And U-Haul probably was the best option at that point in time.
Now, do you carry a water tank, pressure washer, generator, and all that?
Man, I carry everything. Everything that you mentioned and some.
Okay, so my question is, how you make sure? I mean, you're driving the U-Haul. You got the stuff moving around in the back, or
Nah, well, the U-Haul, they got like the little strap things on the side, like the wood, and they got the anchors in the floor. So, I just pretty much grabbed everything and started strapping everything down. Like I knew it wasn't gonna be permanent, so I'm like, wherever it fit in, that's where it's gonna get in. And just went from there.
how long did you have the U-Haul truck for?
Man, I had that U-Haul truck for about 3 weeks, Reyes. It was crazy because even like on the days that, I might have had like one or two or maybe, and it rained too some that while I had it. So it was some days where, I didn't even really get to work like that. And it was still costing me money. So, it's just one of them things where like I made a video, and y'all go check that video out too. I'm talking about the benefits of raising prices, because had my prices not been where it was at, like I wouldn't have been able to afford that. Because 19.95 a day, you figure a week, just say $20, you're looking at, I'm gonna say 7 days. 7 days, what's that,
40.
hundred and what, $40 a week just to have the truck. That's not including the 69 cents a mile, driving. And I do Charlotte and surrounding areas. So it was some days where I was having to call customers and try to group them together as close as possible and be like, hey, look, you want to change your schedule to this day or that time. That way, just kind of, trying to save myself money while I make money at the same time.
None of your customers were confused that why is a U-Haul van pulling up to my car to my house?
Hey, I had one come out and look, and they was like, I seen the U-Haul truck pull up, and I'm like, maybe they at the wrong house. And and that was like a new customer that I hadn't done before, and I was like, nah. So I explained the situation to them, but a lot of my regular customers, like they was like, hey, like shoot, they was trying to help. They was like, hey, look, have you looked here, tried here? Hey, I know somebody that's selling, or hey, you got to do what you got to do. You running a business. Like, I mean, people like that who understand business, they understand situations like that. Cause I mean, look at Amazon and a lot of these delivery companies. Like a lot of their vehicles, they lease them. Like they don't buy them. They lease, you know what I'm saying, Penske trucks, U-Haul. Like they understand that like business got to keep going. Like it can't just stop because if I was in a shop, it'd be understandable. But when you mobile, transportation is like first and foremost. So you got to have that.
You're right. Now, for some people, detailers or people who want to start detailing business, they might look at this as an option, but don't know how it works. Do you pay every day, weekly? How does that work?
Man, that's a great question, Reyes. Great. As a new detailer, if you fresh and you just getting started and you got everything except for transportation, I would say yes and I would say no. I would say yes if let's say you got a set location that you're gonna be at and you're not doing a whole lot of traveling in it. I could see where that would be beneficial to you. You know, maybe you go into a parking lot or a business somewhere and you only driving 5-10 miles that day, or let's just say 15 miles round trip from there and back home. I could understand that because like I said, it's 19.95 a day and it was 69 cents a mile. But if you are a new detailer and you don't have a plan, and especially if your prices ain't able to compensate for that, then I definitely wouldn't recommend it. Because like I said, I had it for 3 weeks. So you figure 140 times three, that's almost what, $400 just having the truck. That's not including the miles that I put on it. I ain't gonna lie, Rez, when I paid for some of the miles up front. And after that, it was like they just let me keep renewing it. So I was paying for the truck. I hadn't paid for the miles. Like when it was time to turn that truck in, man, I was kind of nervous a little bit because I called the people and I was like, "Hey, look, what was the miles on this van when I first took it out? Because I needed to do some math and you know what I'm saying, make sure I got enough to turn it back in or whatnot." It was in the hundreds, but like I say, I had it because during that time that I was detailing, I was factoring in these prices, you know, as far as, with my customers, like I was factoring in, okay, I had $20 for this day. Okay, all right, I need to make sure I set, $10, $15 to the side out of this just for the miles that I drove here. And it kind of worked itself out.
Now, you had the van fee, $20. You had
Yeah.
the mileage, 69 cents a mile, but you also have to put in your own gas, right?
Yep.
So,
Yep.
at the end of all this, 3 weeks, was it worth it?
Yeah. Yeah, it was worth it because it benefited. Some people gonna look at it and be like, man, nah, I wouldn't do that. But look on the flip side of this. Like I said, I didn't have any transportation. I had a full week coming up. Like I have people sometimes that schedule a week, 2 weeks in advance. So, I had customers lined up, and then those days where I might have had one or two, and then people start filling in through the week. To me, yeah, it was worth it because the ends justified the means. My whole point of getting the U-Haul truck was to save as much money as possible and go, know what I'm saying, get and go get me something. Like I knew it wasn't gonna be permanent. I knew it was gonna be temporary. And I thank my wife too. I thank God for my wife because, you know, situation like that, it was some bills that she had to take care of that I usually pay just for the fact that, she just for the simple fact that she knew what I was trying to do and she was on board with it the whole time.
Last part of this video is you got something. You got a new van?
Yep.
What'd you get, man,
I
and how'd
did.
you get it?
During the time that I was detailing out of the U-Haul van, I was looking, I was on the hunt for something because I knew, okay, look, if I'm saving money for this, I need to know how much I need to have what's a good number, what's a good, you know what I'm saying, price, what's in my budget, what can I afford to get? And I will say it boiled down to two options. It was either buy a van, and my last resort was to go and purchase one from, a car lot or something, sign up for another 4, 5 years or whatnot. And I had to really think about it because like I didn't have any truck payments. And the only car payment I got is my wife's car. So I'm like, do I want to add on another car payment, you know, for business purposes, or whatever they asking to put down on it? I could possibly just go buy one for that price. So I got on Facebook Market. I was going to used car lots. I was on OfferUp. Like I'm looking. I even was looking at the auction too, Rez. Like I was just trying to figure out what would be my best option. And once I came up with a good number that I felt like I was comfortable spending to where I could get something decent, that's what I said, okay, all right, that's what I'm gonna save up. And I actually found this van on Facebook Market from a guy that I didn't know at the time, but we actually went to school together. Like we got history together. I say the Lord works in mysterious ways because out of everybody else that was looking, you know how you had that feeling with like something just ain't meant, but then when what's meant for you come is like is not a lot of effort. It almost just falls in your lap. And that's how this van came, like literally. Like I'm not gonna lie, cosmetically, exterior wise, it ain't the prettiest, but I can get it painted, get it wrapped. It ain't dinged up. I ain't got the bumper hanging. All the doors work, motor works strong, the transmission strong. I got the space I need. I just need to get a paint job or get it wrapped or whatever, and I'm cool with that. Because at the end of the day, this is a work van. Like it's a work van. This ain't, you know what I'm saying? I ain't cruising to the club. It's Friday night, Saturday night. I'm trying to cruise and get some money in this. Like that's what it boiled down to. All right. So that's my experience on written in U-Haul van. And let me know in the comments, have you ever done this before or would you do it? Leave it in the comments and let me know. And if y'all want to see the new van and how I'm gonna set it up or how I got it set up, drop it in the comments as well. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Go ahead and join the family if you're already not a part of the family. And don't forget to follow me on Instagram at DBK underscore mobile underscore detailing. And as always, be blessed, be prosperous, and I catch y'all on the next one.